All right, what up, YouTube? I'm back. I'm gonna do a little after study real quick because I ain't really want to talk about too much worldly stuff. I was talking, biblically, but talking about the last video, I think I talked about myself a little bit too much, but I was trying to get into a point. Paul was talking about, we gonna commend ourselves in every way. So, yes, I'm encouraged myself in God to keep going because I know that God gave me the gifts mentally to do what a lot of people ain't doing. I mean, like I said, ain't trying to make something better, nobody not like that. But again, I asked God for this in particular, so it's there. Period. But yeah, that's what I was saying. I ain't want to make it seem like it was about me too much, but Paul did say in our ministries we gonna commend ourselves. So I just kind of wanted to, I can't forgive myself for anybody I trespassed against, but like I said, I know God forgives me. Period. He loves me. I know this for a fact. So whether you forgive me or not, I'm gonna keep going because God ain't gonna forgive me if He ain't with me, and He's been with me to keep speaking these words. So why would I stop? But besides that, talking about Obama, yeah, again, like no, I ain't want to just make it like I was coming out the blue with it. But again, I think right now I'm doing a hardship of mentally thinking like, where did I go wrong in this whole process of trying to sell something to people, being a businessman, and then being I don't know, activist or whatever you want to say. Just kind of thinking like, what did I go wrong and stuff. And I just, thought back at those times. Like, I do think people like Obama was throwing shots at me, because I know I'm known yet considered unknown. So I know somebody like him, his approval to y'all is going to be so great, whatever. So I just want to say, through them bad reports and all that y'all hear, you know, the ministry gonna keep going because God is with me. I ain't gonna sit here and talk about all the stuff Obama did wrong because I mean he was the president of Babylon, but you got to take a stand somewhere. I mean, so whatever. I ain't finna keep talking about him, but I did want to show y'all something that I saw. Is I got this little app that came on the phone. I guess it's called Newsbreak. They'll be sending me articles and stuff, and then now and then I'll look at it. But I definitely want to look at this one because I was every time they showing somebody die in the news, it seems like they black nowadays. So I've been seeing these color people too. So I guess I've been looking to see, and it's been about equal. But I think it was interesting as I was reading it though. It said a Georgia family has accused doctors of being callous while treating their teenage son because he was unvaccinated and hospitalized with COVID-19. 17-year-old Tyler Ferry of Douglas County, Georgia, died from COVID-19 on August 1st. Says he was an all-region offensive lineman at Douglas High School and all that. And I ain't even got to read the rest because I see what's about to start happening. They're about to start opening outside back up, and then they about to start spraying more of their stuff in the air. I don't know if that's what they're doing, but if Bill Gates talking about putting stuff to block out the sun, they can't be too far from that. Like I keep saying anyway, I put in that video. The fact that they were spraying stuff in St. Louis, as in other black cities in the 50s and 60s as experiments after they sprayed Agent Orange on people. I've been wanting to talk about that too. Whatever, I ain't even got to go there, but after they've been doing all that, it ain't no telling what they doing now with all this technology they got stuff out now. It ain't no telling how they can do what they want to do, and they whatever. Yeah, I ain't even gonna believe me if I tell you, so I ain't even gonna say it. But it says 17-year-old Tyler Fairley. Well, I just read that, but she said his mother Tasha Nehru said that the doctors was treating Fairley at the Douglas Wellstar Medical Center were upset that he hadn't been vaccinated. Nettles and her husband had to rush Fairley to the hospital twice, and she noted that the doctors were openly frustrated. Nettles said that it was unbearable watching her son suffering from COVID-19. Tyler also had several seizures. So I'm looking at that, and like I'm saying, I think what's about to start going on, they gonna let people start getting back into society. And see, with social media and stuff, it's so crazy because a lot of people gonna voice their opinions and say like, "Oh, that's the mark of the beast" and all that. And so now they know who to target now. So a lot of people gonna be going back into the society. And like I said, it ain't no telling how they putting this stuff out that they putting out to make people sick. but they gonna end up getting a lot of people sick. And I want to say I wouldn't even go to the hospital at this point because, like I'm telling y'all, if the police is racist, matter of fact, let me go off the topic real quick because when I was in Kansas City, I was going to be a fireman back in like 2017 or something. But one of the fire dudes at the, and I said it before, my Fire Pillars of Freedom video, he kicked on the little black boy, he called him nigga, but he ain't the only one, the only fireman that's been doing racist stuff. Police, firemen, all that. If the judicial system is racist, all this stuff is racist. Like, why would you even want to go to these hospitals? And this goes to why we need black-owned hospitals for real. Because I know a lot of them black doctors in the ain't down with killing people. They probably don't even know what's going on though, because they how many black heads in these hospitals are there? So a lot of the black people who work in the hospitals probably just taking orders from somebody else, telling them like, all right, no, today you ain't gonna do this. We're gonna have you on this wing or something like that, so they can do what they trying to do over there. So I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna just keep reading this. Hold on, let me see. It's a good thing in there, but they all play. Principle. I guess I don't need to read the rest of that, but that's really the main point of what I'm saying though. You know, everybody about to have to start going back to their jobs and stuff and all that. A lot of people already started going back to their jobs. Even somebody like as far as I know they've been shutting down a lot of government buildings and all that. So yeah, about to have to start going back to your jobs, working in government buildings. And I think they really I don't know if they targeting people individually, but of course if they issuing the vaccines by zip code, they can obviously issue a virus by zip code as well at this point with all the technology they got. They ain't trying to make it seem like they playing God because, like I keep saying, even the Egyptians were performing signs of God in the past. So I ain't trying to make it seem like that, but we already know, period. Just look in the news and see the stuff these people talking about doing. Like, they just putting it out there. It's obvious and it's crazy. So yeah, I just read that though, talking about him that died. His parent, well, I don't say his parents, but it said his mama was talking about she think it was negligence on the doctor's part. And I done heard people say like it was these colored firemen before picked him up and were just super rude to him, and they just gave off racist vibes. So I don't doubt nothing that his mama is saying about this at all. Because matter of fact, I think it was another case in Texas. They were saying the same thing. Black lady was saying her son or daughter died. She took him to the hospital and they was just like, oh, well, he ain't vaccinated, so we don't, basically said they don't care pretty much. But if this vaccine is supposed to, I keep saying vaccine, they might take the video down, but if these injections are supposed to be so life giving, then why can't you get the virus, get the vaccine, and then get healed? If I get a cut on my hand and I put alcohol in it, that's gonna immediately start having an effect on the cut, on the issue. So you get this virus and you can't even take the injection for what it's for and get better if they got him. So he got sick, went to the hospital and they got injections, but they couldn't give him one to give him life. So obviously getting one ain't gonna stop you. They already saying it ain't gonna stop you from getting it. So if it ain't gonna stop you from getting it and it ain't gonna help you when you get sick, then is it really necessary? That's what I'm on now. Why is it that she can take him to the hospital and they got the injections, but they can't? The injections can't work once he gets sick. And if you can get sick once you already got it, why would you even want to get it if you can't? Now you got to get a booster one, and it still ain't gonna work because the new variant gonna do what it's gonna do because that's what they said. They said it's gonna be deadlier strains coming out. Now, if I said something like that, y'all be like, "See, he want people to die and stuff," and they telling y'all deadlier strains gonna happen. They don't know that. I mean, you can use your knowledge to see things coming if you sit at certain positions, but it ain't no way, especially if y'all claiming y'all got the cure, to know if things are gonna get worse and worse. Only God know that. And God did say it was gonna get worse, but they put things into their own hands, and God talked about all this. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, though. If they got these shots and stuff that's gonna help people, And that's what I'm thinking about now. Why couldn't that lady take her son to the hospital and they could have gave him a shot and everything would have been okay? And now at this point, I still don't even want it because if it was like that, they would have did it at first. So now if they do have that, that mean they had it all along. So I just don't need. I wouldn't even mess with it. But yeah, that's definitely something to think about though. See, Black. Ooh, dang, this is deep. Black Wall Street and all these other economically successful Black neighborhoods all across America were torn down because we didn't have a Black security force. I mean, really, against America, now ain't nothing we can do against them. That's why God got to take care of things. If we come together, it's something we can do, but that ain't finna happen. That's why God got to take care of things, and that's why He's telling her, "Hey, come up out of her, and just destroy Babylon and everybody to love her." Period. But what was I saying? Yeah, all those Black neighborhoods, those successful Black neighborhoods, like Black Wall Street, because Black Wall Street wasn't the only one. Go do y'all research. But they were only able to be destroyed because we didn't have a prevalent Black security force. We got the Black Panthers, but by that time, how many Black businesses were there? The bombing, the Black Wall Street, and all this stuff happened in the 20s, 1921, I should say. I don't know if it lasted that long, all the way to 22 and all that, but a lot of those riots did. But I know the Tulsa stuff started in 1921, but there's just something to think about though. Black businesses were destroyed because there were no Black protectors to protect them. And now Black health can be destroyed because what are Black doctors at to protect Black health? We just like we need Black owned schools and all this, we definitely need Black owned hospitals. They say Black women are 3 times more likely to die than anybody when they go to a hospital. Y'all think that's by a coincidence? Don't forget they already doing the melanin injections. What are they extracting it from? They just making melanin somewhere? Synthetic melanin? But I wouldn't be surprised if they taking people to get the real thing. But either way, though, I mean, I guess this video ain't gonna be too long, but that's definitely something I'm looking and I think y'all should be looking out for too. I mean, really, I'll say this. Like I've been wanting to read, but like I said, I done read already. I'm in Leviticus and I done read the laws already and stuff. And y'all can read them yourself because it ain't like you people gonna do what they gonna do. You either gonna do right or you gonna do wrong. But I'm in Leviticus and all that and stuff. So I really ain't been wanting to read. But I'm glad I'm reading it on my own though. Keep going over it over because now there's some things I'm seeing and I'm like sometimes I think like I wish I was in the Old Testament times, but not like in the Old Testament time you really had to be a man. Like you had to be killing somebody and doing some like the Old Testament was about straight. It's me, not like that because God law ain't that, but everybody ain't Israelite. So those other Hebrews was, definitely taking it though. And that's why a lot of destruction was happening. But what was I about to say? But yeah, I'm talking about reading the Bible. Well, I'll say this though. Maybe I shouldn't be too hard on myself though, because I've been sitting around, feeling like a child, just playing video games out there and stuff, and waiting on a blessing from God. And so I just been pretty much, playing video games and all that, feeling like a child. And I've been reading something. Go read Matthew 18. I mean, I ain't trying to say like I'm gonna really become like a childish, like taking everything literally literal in the Bible, but still, though, that's literally. If you literally depend on God as if a child would be, especially because you're righteous and God loves you and forgives you, and basically confirming that with you. If you do that, then the kingdom of heaven is yours, like Christ said. But I was reading what was I about to say? I was reading the Old Testament. Yeah, but not really reading the Old Testament. I mean, I was reading it, but I mean, I'm reading now. But what I'm saying basically is, I was thinking about the Old Testament, and basically, I've been thinking like, like what is it? What is a man like? Like because like I'm saying, like in the Old Testament time, you would have had to be doing this and that and that. But maybe I'm wrong about that though, because I was just thinking like a lot of times God did chose people like me who sit in the house all day. Abraham was a tent dweller. Isaac and our ancestor Yakub, all three of them in that line were tent dwellers. They like to stay in a tent. I'm pretty sure they would have been in here playing the game too. So I think, a lot of time, and maybe most of the time, God always chooses the outcasts. Moses, who was separated from the people, they didn't even want to stand up for Moses, and he stood up for them. So whether it's Moses, Abraham, Isaac, and our ancestor Yaqub, Israel, God always chose the tent dwellers just as much as he chose people like David. So my bad. I don't know how we start talking about this. I was talking about the article with the lady with her son. I was talking about not only do we need to have black-owned hospitals and stuff, but yeah, where I finna go with this? I was saying, yeah. I mean, I ain't finna go there, so I don't even know why I started talking about that. But I mean, I got away from the message a little bit, but that's what I should be talking about, though. Definitely. I mean, I don't think black people should invest too much time though into trying to get black-owned hospitals and stuff at this point though, because if it's here already where they targeting us like that, you need to be planning an escape from this place, and that's why God says, "Come out of her, my people." But like, I ain't trying to round people up and send them nowhere though, because God will get a clear message when it's time to go. I mean, He says, "Come out of her, my people." So if you can go now, if you got the resources and stuff to go live off the radar somewhere else, low key, and live good, then leave out of her, because God did say we're gonna leave this place with great possessions in Genesis. So leaving up out of here, I think is a more viable option than even trying to get a black-owned hospital. Because even if we do that, we still got to go through all their laws and regulations on how to do everything. I mean, whatever. I don't agree with all that. And I mean, I ain't trying to just leave right now anyway either, because God, like I just said, God did say He gonna let us know when to leave. He gonna Christ said He come back for the lost sheep of Israel. So when He come for the lost sheep of Israel, then that's how we know when it's time to leave, and that's how we know who He talking about anyway. Because I'm gonna put it like this: the Bible says the Lord is my shepherd, and Christ said He's coming back for the lost sheep of Israel. The shepherd shepherds the sheep, or gathers the sheep, all that, whatever they do with sheep. And who are the sheep? Just look around. Black people would sheepishly do anything the next black person do. Black people are so sheepish that it's becoming cool to kill people on live, on the internet. That's how sheepish black people have become. So when Christ said He's coming back for the lost sheep of Israel, we know who that shepherd is. That shepherd is Christ. So we know Him when He come, and when He come to get the sheep, and when He tell them to go, where to go. But definitely, I don't think trying to build black-owned hospitals. I mean, definitely get the knowledge and stuff to transfer it when we get to where we're going. But I definitely, not even, I don't even like talking like this. People like, who he think going with him? And da. When Christ come back to guide His lost sheep, you'll see what I'm talking about. But so I don't know though. I mean, I was just thinking about that though. It's crazy. I was thinking about the lady and her son at the hospital, how she think they were being negligent. And that led me to say we should build black-owned hospitals. But now I'm thinking, I don't know, because why would you even want to build something in Babylon anyway? So like I say, it ain't bad to get the knowledge and stuff. Even build if you can until it's time to go. That's what I think. Build with the intent to leave. Like, a lot of people don't really know what's going on. America is trillions of dollars in debt. So this money is becoming more and more useless. A lot of people don't know what's going on for real. So, that's really what I want to hit on, that article. The lady talking about how she think they were being negligent with her son. And I seen another article with a lady saying the same exact thing. So I ain't even got to see it. We knew this was going to happen. Some of us knew this was going to happen. Some of y'all, we deny you out there thinking it's us. We the problem. No, people get sick because you ain't getting the injection. Like, whatever. If the injection was so strong, like I said, you could get sick and go get it and be just fine. You can be better than you. If it was so good, you should get sick, get the shot, and be better than you were before. So That's my thought on that. And I'm gonna end the video on that. So I don't think nothing else needs to be said.